Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Alison from Align with Alison. I'm a dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with women to help them find the love and commitment that they deserve. Not exclusively women, but primarily women. Nonetheless, if you are new to my channel, then you may not be aware of a weekly live series that I host, which is called Love and Lunch with Align with Alison. And in essence, what I do as a lover of 90s and early 2000s hip hop and R&B, we listen to the music that we loved as children, but may have not necessarily listened very closely to assess whether or not that language or those lyrics really were beneficial to our learning, right? Now, of course, again, it's hip hop, right? So we already expect to hear about bitches and hoes. We already expect to have some kind of misogynistic language. So we're not here to chastise the artist. We're not here to analyze every single lyric that may have not been about love and romance, because that's not what necessarily hip hop is all about. But the songs that we choose on a week-to-week basis is selected because the entire message is problematic. The entire message is toxic. The entire message is controversial. And so that's how I come about with the songs I selected. And I would love, please, as you watch these videos, either live right now for you to comment, or later on, if there's anybody who's watching after this video is complete, if you have any songs that you would like for me, again, 90s, early 2000s, hip hop and R&B, if there are any songs that you would like for me to speak on, I would love to get some suggestions from you. So feel free to check out my library. You should already see about 9 videos called Love and Lunch. It has the same thumb drive, thumbtack, thumbnail. The same thumbnail, so you should be able to identify it very easily. And I've already covered songs like Jay-Z's song Cry, blah. Last week was Fabulous and Little Mo, Let You Go. I covered Destiny's Child, Bills. Jagged Edge, Let's Get Married. We ain't getting no younger girl. We might as well do it. Yeah, so we've already covered, actually, Fabulous was last week. So I guess the week before that, no, Fab was 2 weeks ago. So the week before that, we did No Scrubs versus No Pigeons. Haha. Okay, I remember that. Yeah, Scrubs and Pigeons. Thank you, Miss Tanya St. Louis. So if you follow me on Instagram at Align with Alison, then you already received the preview and you already know what the song of the week is. For those who follow me on Instagram, they know that I released the song of the week the night before, which is Sunday. Thank you, Jack Black, Sporty Thieves. So I already released on Instagram last night, or I guess it was evening, it was like 5 o'clock, the song of the week. And so the song of the week is Musiq Soulchild, Teach Me. The longer title that people usually call it is Teach Me How to Love, okay? And so on Instagram, I asked, specifically ladies, but gentlemen too, I'm asking, is it the responsibility of the person who is involved in the relationship to teach the other person how to love? I'm not asking, is it the responsibility to teach them how you accept love or how you prefer love, like your love language? I would say, yes, absolutely. You should inform them of how you like to receive love. That should be a conversation, right? I'm asking, is it the responsibility of the partner, which usually is the woman, to teach this gentleman how to love, how to show love, how to express love, generally speaking? And the responses I received align with my own beliefs, which is hell no. It is not my job to teach another grown person how to love. That is not my responsibility. The responsibility was your parents, and they dropped the ball. And then the next person's responsibility is a mental health professional, which the good thing about the song Musiq Soulchild, Teach Me How to Love, is that he's aware that he don't know how to love. So awareness is the first step. However, it is not the responsibility of the other person, in my opinion. It is not the responsibility of the other person to teach and inform their partner how to love. And to be honest with you, I'm not even really certain why this person in this particular case is a man, because it's from Musiq Soulchild's perspective. I'm not even sure how he got involved in relationships without knowing how to love. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to press play. We're going to listen. We're going to break down the lyrics as much as it needs to be broken down, probably twice every verse, every chorus, so on and so forth. And I'm going to give you guys my feedback, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments what you think. What's your interpretation? Am I doing too much? Am I not dragging enough? Please let me know what your thoughts are in regards to the lyrics. The song this week is Musiq Soulchild, Teach Me, aka Teach Me How to Love. Let's go. Am I on the right profile? Oh, yay, I'm on the right profile. Okay, I want to make sure no commercials play.
I was told the true definition of a man was to never cry, work till you're tired, got to provide, always be the rock for my fam, protect them by all means, give you the things that you need, baby.
All right, let's stop right there for a second. So, reading off my iPad, I was told the true definition of a man was to never cry, work till you're tired, got to provide. Okay, so I would really need some feedback, especially from the gentlemen who are on the live, which happens to be you, Jeppa Black. So I'm having some expectations that you respond. And again, well, not again, kind of said it before, but perhaps like Musiq Soulchild's a little bit older than us, right? He's probably in his 40s and going on. So maybe this is an older ideology, but I would like to hope that no one taught this guy to never cry, right? Like I'm not dumb. Like I'm aware that a lot of parents and especially dads tell their sons to stop crying, right? And allow 43. Thank you, Tanya. Was that Google's? I'm sure that, I'm sure all of you would agree with me as well, that girls are usually given more leeway to cry than boys are, right? We're talking about children. And so girls are allowed to express themselves in their emotions in society, those kinds of emotions, because men are emotional, and we could talk about that in a minute. But nonetheless, girls are allowed to show that kind of emotion, like sadness or grief or what have you, and boys are not given the same outlet. But I don't know about never cry. And you might be thinking, all right, Alison, you're dragging it, but I'm very particular about absolutes. We're not going to say never and always. And again, for the gentleman who's on and for gentlemen who will watch later, please give me insight. Like you're taught to never cry, like never cry at all. I don't think that's practical. I don't think that's accurate. But nonetheless, this is what the gentleman said. To work till you're tired and you got to provide. I would agree with that, right? I think it's a very fair statement for Musiq Soulchild or the writers of the song or the combination of the two to say that men are taught that they have to provide. What I find ironic, though, is that especially in now 2021, we hear the messages around women, especially around this like high value man or high earning man, like women want too much, the expectations are too high, like you should love somebody for who they are. But then in the same breath, those same people are using the argument of, well, I was taught to be a provider. So which one is it? Do you want to be a cold robot who is legitimately a provider? Or and then women should also have that expectation because that's how you've been taught? Or are we saying that no, men should be more feeling, should be more understanding, and we don't have an expectation that they provide? I feel like men like to play this argument when it suits them. It's, yes, I was taught to be strong, and I was taught to be a provider, and I was taught to lead the household. So they want to take the lead, and they want to be the head of the household. But then when a woman says, I'm looking for a high value man, which I hate that phrase, they need to say a high earning man, because a man of value doesn't equate to his income. But if we're arguing that we can't have it both ways, it can't be that I'm a man and I provide and I lead my family and that's what I do, and you're not going to tell me what to do because I'm the man of this house. And then in the same breath say, however, women should give guys a chance who don't make a lot of money because it's a lot more than money. It's about character. Like, which way are we going to have it? Which way is it going to go? We can't have it both ways, in my opinion, right? So Jeppa Black says, at an early age, I was told to release pain from loss of family members who transitioned. To release pain. Release it how? You're talking about like fighting or like punching stuff? So what do you mean by that? Do you mean you were given the opportunity to cry, or do you mean that you weren't given the opportunity to cry and instead you were told to release that pain in other ways? And if so, what was the other ways? Was it like fighting and stuff? So give us some clarity. All right. So that's something that really bothers me. And if I could just take another note just for a second. Oh, Trevor Black says, most men are told to be the man of the house if their fathers aren't present. Yeah, so as children, they're instructed to be the man of the house. What does that have to do with crime? So there's some leeway, right? There's some allowances of crime. It's not always and never. Like, we got to be really careful about using absolutes because I don't think that's fair. Okay, so there's a meme that's been circulating, and I want to talk about this, and I intend on going to Instagram to talk about it too. I don't know if you guys have seen this meme. It's become real popular recently. And it's like this really cute girl and a really cute guy. And then they say messages to each other. And then the messages always change. But one of the ones that's been really popular that's been circulating is like this girl says, and they're Black. The girl says, are you broke? And then the guy says back, yes, I am. And then the next image is the two of them walking away and saying, let's go have a baby. And that's supposed to be like frowned upon, right? And I've seen a lot of guys share this meme and laugh and say, yeah, your baby father's broke and things along those lines. Now, again, what is the message? I need clarity from the gentleman as to what is the societal message. It's a societal message that women need to stop being gold diggers and give good guys a chance, even if they're broke and they don't have it? Or is the message women should be careful and only procreate? And if you're only procreating, that means you're only dating and you're only marrying men with money. Which one is it? I'm getting a little perturbed because I don't like mixed messages. Whatever the message is from society, we can choose to go with it or not, but I need consistency. Are we only dating high earning men because you would be a fool to have a baby with somebody who's broke? Or are we saying, women, you need to open up your horizons, and that's why you lonely, and that's why you ain't married, because you're so particular, and you should give guys who don't make a lot of money a chance? Which one is it? Whichever narrative, then I can roll with it, and then, I mean, that's not my problem. But whatever the narrative is, I just need to understand it because it gets on my nerves. And I don't like the fact that I feel like I have no evidence. I don't have any one guy that I see sharing the same message, but I feel like the same people are having two different arguments. And that bothers me. Okay. All right. Let's get back to music because Music Soul Child had nothing to do with the meme. Okay. So he was taught to be the rock of the family, to protect them by all means, to give you all the things that you need, baby. Okay. So let's talk about needs versus wants, right? As human beings, we are part of the animal kingdom. We are animals, right? Hopefully we last on the top of the food chain for a very, 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 very long time, but we are animals nonetheless. So as animals, yes, we have needs. We need to be able to eat on a regular basis and drink water. We need shelter because we cannot function out in the elements, right? So yes, there are needs. But I think a part of humanity and what makes us more advanced, not that we're that much different from animals, like regular animals, what makes us more advanced is that we do have a need for connection. We have a need for love. Like they say, like, no one man is an island. So a part of this woman's needs, Music Soul Child, is that she needs to be loved. So when I hear people talking about, I provide her needs, that does not only mean paying the bills and making sure there's a roof and then there's food on the table. Like, a part of the needs of a human being is being able to connect with another human being, and I would dare say romantically, and not only through friendships, or not only through the internet, or not only through work. Like, that's a part of a need of a human being, and human beings will not be able to function at our highest capabilities if we don't have those connections. So when we talk about my responsibility is to provide your needs, guess what, sir? Music Soul Child, sir? A part of that is providing love, however you may show it. And then we can talk about love languages and blah, 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 what my preference is, and acts of service versus this or that or the other. But that's a part of her needs. So get this idea, if there's anybody out there that has this idea in their head, especially gentlemen, that a woman's needs are the bills being paid and she doesn't need love. That's wild, right? Okay, let's keep going. I think I stopped the song at that point. So let's listen to the next part of the verse.
Our relationship is suffering, trying to give you what I never had. Say I don't know how to love you, babe. Well, I say show me the way. I keep my feelings deep inside. I shadow them with my pride. I'm trying desperately, baby.
Okay, so I'm gonna give some credit where credit is due because I always try to be fair. I'm a Libra. I like balance. So from the first verse, not the chorus, because we haven't gotten to the chorus yet. From the first verse, I've drawn a different conclusion thus far than I did from the chorus. So he goes on to say that our relationship is suffering, trying to give you what I never had. So clearly he's had his own childhood trauma, which means go to therapy. Stop using women to be your therapist unless she is a woman who is a therapist that you are paying, not your woman, even if she's a therapist, right? So he says, our relationship is suffering. I'm trying to give you what I never had. Go to therapy. You say, I don't know how to love you, baby. Well, I say, show me the way. I keep my feelings deep inside. I shadow them in my pride. I'm trying desperately, baby, just work with me. So I'm not 100% sure that this guy doesn't know how to love. Based on the first verse, I'm not 100% convinced that he doesn't know how to love. Because he says, you say, I don't know how to love you. Does that mean that he doesn't know how to love? Can this really be more about, again, love languages, loving her the way that she prefers, or showing her love in a way that she prefers? Maybe his way is acts of service and her way is physical touch. So by the first verse, in all honesty, Music Soul Child, sir, I'm not 100% convinced that you don't know how to love just because you never experienced it, from childhood or whatever. I'm leaning more towards that you are not showing her the love that she would prefer. And so in that case, thus far, based on our very limited analysis, then I would say that she is kind of obligated to teach him how to love because she's asking him to love her in a particular manner. But then he does the chorus and the chorus messes up my theory. But again, songs are limited, right? There's a limited time to tell your story. It has to rhyme. Like he stretched that deep inside, I shouted up in my pride. Like he already stretched it with the rhyming. So the first verse, I'm kind of on Music Soul Child side. Chorus is about to mess it up. So let's see.
Show me the way to surrender my heart. Girl, I'm so lost. Yeah. Teach me how to love. Yeah. How I can get my emotions involved. Yeah. Teach me, show me how to love.
All right, let's take on the first half of the chorus before we go on, even though I know all of you are familiar with the song. But teach me how to love. Show me the way to surrender my heart. Girl, I'm so lost. Teach me how to love. Show how can I get my emotions involved? Teach me, right? I think I stopped it there. So I don't know about this flowery language. And again, these are R&B dudes. I'm not an R&B chick. I'm a hip hop chick. I'm a straightforward chick. I'm a Brooklyn chick. So this surrendering my heart part, I'm not really sure about. I don't really know what the hell that means. So for that reason, I'm going to skip it. All right. Girl, I'm so lost. So now I have to retract when I was on Music Soul Child side for a second, because again, if you know that you know how to love, then you shouldn't be lost. Where you should be lost is that you're not compatible in the way that the both of you interpret or accept or prefer love. So when he says, girl, I'm so lost, now I'm under the impression that he agrees with her, that he doesn't show love or doesn't know how to love. Okay. Teach me how to love. I'm not teaching you nothing, sir. I'm not teaching you nothing. Your mama was supposed to, your daddy was supposed to, your grandma was supposed to, and then a licensed mental health professional. That's their responsibility. That's not. And again, why are they even together if she doesn't? That's weird. Like, why did she even make him her like permanent boyfriend if she's not pleased with the way that he shows love? Anyway, how can I get my emotions involved? See, now he's losing. He had me. I was on his side. But how do I get my emotions involved? That means he is admitting that he's cold. That means that he's admitting that he doesn't show emotion, period. And that's not true. That's not true, y'all. I'm about to read the comments. I see the comments are blowing up. In regards to show me how to get my emotions involved, we really have to undo this narrative that men don't show emotion. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Men show plenty of emotion. Emotion doesn't mean only crying. So if your partner, if your dad, if your brother doesn't cry a lot, it doesn't mean that he's emotionless. Because guess what? I see plenty of men who show the emotion of anger. That's an emotion. They were able to access that emotion because that emotion was probably an acceptable emotion in their childhood. So let's get this idea that men don't show emotion. They can. They show the emotions that they feel comfortable showing. But they have emotion. They have happiness. They have moments of joy. They experience emotions. They are not computers. They are human beings. They may choose to suppress some emotions over others, but men are extremely emotional, and I would dare say more emotional than women. Yeah, I said it. This whole women are unstable creatures is BS that women have accepted and have internalized and said, good, I get to take advantage of this ideology that women are out of control. And so as a result, I can continue to be out of control because everybody knows that we are unstable creatures. We are not unstable creatures. I am extremely stable. I have 97% control over my emotions. I know exactly what I'm doing when I'm doing it. And the last time I checked, I'm a woman. So please, let's get away from this ideology that women are unstable creatures and men are emotionless, and that's just the way that it is. It is absolutely unfounded and untrue. So let me go to the comments. All right. So Shirley says this, sounds like a lack of emotion. It's not a lack of emotion. Maybe he's not sad. Maybe he doesn't show sadness. Maybe he doesn't show tears. But he's not a computer. He's not a robot. Every human being has emotion and expresses emotion. They just may choose to express some emotions over others. And again, as I said before, perhaps men, I'm pretty confident, but I'm not a behavioral scientist, right? So I don't want to just speak, again, in absolutes because I don't believe in absolutes. But my understanding of men, based on my experience and my education, is that they may have been taught socially to suppress some emotions, but men are full of emotions because they are human beings and because they are animals just like we are. Do you think the chorus is supporting the last line in the first verse? All right, now I got to go back. I don't know. I'm trying desperately, baby, just work with me. I mean, I think that the last line is saying that he's trying desperately. He's trying, I guess, but it's still not my job to teach. And does that support the chorus? I'm not sure. I think in the chorus, he's messing it up for himself. And in the chorus, he's showing us that he is choosing through trauma or through societal pressures or through whatever, that he's choosing not to show the emotions that his girlfriend would like to see. Shirley Blanc says he's lost because he doesn't know how to surrender the love she wants. He's trying and she's not accepting it. The real question is why stay? Yeah, it is a good question. And I want to know why they even became boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, I would imagine that you have to have some significant feelings for someone before you consider them a committed mate. And I would imagine you should see lots of examples of how they love and they treat you before they become a committed mate. So if she has such a problem, I'm blaming her. If she has such a problem with the way that he conveys his feelings and his emotions, then she should have thought twice before she said, let's be boyfriend and girlfriend. In the music video, they live together. So why are you moving in with people if you don't like the way that they treat you? Come on. Tanya says, I have like a 94.5 stability rate. Pretty damn stable. Lily says, he's not mentally prepared to be in a relationship if he needs someone to show him how to love. Jabba Black says, if he doesn't understand love language and crying about making it work because he knows he's losing his love, you say, I don't know how to love you, babe. Well, I say, show me the way. Okay, that line. Right, I agree. Like he said in the verse, he says, you say, so show me the way. But again, I don't know. Like he also then says, I don't show emotion. So I'm not really sure this is a love language issue, which is what I thought it was in the first verse, or if it's he's just doesn't show much emotion by choice, because we're all human beings and we all have the ability to show emotion. So I'm not confident. In the first verse, I thought it was more like her problem and she should teach him the way that she would like to be loved, but he shows love just in his way. But she just would prefer it some other way. But in the chorus, it sounds like he don't want to surrender his heart and he's lost and show me how to get my emotions involved. That means he's cold. So I'm not sure, Jabba Black. All right, so let's go to the next verse.
Show me the way to surrender my heart. Girl, I'm so lost. Teach me how to love. How I can get my emotions involved. Teach me how to love. I was always taught to be strong. Never let them think you care at all. Let no one get close to me before you and me.
So Music Soul Child is messing it up for himself, man. I was on his side for a minute. I wasn't sure because, as Jappa Black said, you say, I don't know how to love you, babe. But then he continues on and he makes it worse for himself. I was always taught to be strong. Again, these absolutes. Never let them think you care at all. So again, childhood trauma. Like, these people damn near emotionally abused this little boy. Sorry, my hair's messed up. By the way, my hair's not done. And I love y'all if I'm on this live and my hair's not done. Because if y'all know me, everybody on here knows me that's on live right now and knows I don't play when it comes to my hair. But I said, man, I said I was going to come on at 12 o'clock and deliver. And my appointment's not till tomorrow. So I'm going to deliver. So I love y'all. Because this, I'm not happy with. Anywho, I was always taught to be strong. Never let them think you care at all. Let no one close to me before you and me. So never, always. He was taught to not let people care at all, him not to care about people at all. Again, with the ridiculous absolutes. But if that's his experience, that's how he wants to express it. Who am I? And never let anyone close to him. So again, he has emotional issues. This is beyond what any layman, no regular human being, no regular woman can teach him what he was devoid of his entire life. Like, he needs to see a mental health professional. Let's keep listening because he continues to dig a hole for himself in regards to, again, if he even cares, in regards to Alison taking his side in 2021, which I'm sure Music Soul Child doesn't care.
Share things with you, girl, about my past that I'd never tell to anyone else. Just keep it to myself. Girl, I know I lack affection and expressing my feelings. It took me a minute to come and admit this.
All right, let's stop right there. Again, he's showing he's the problem. I thought I was on his side for a second. I done shared things with you, girl, about my past that I never tell, which is nice, right? So he's showing some level of commitment and sharing. That's cool. He never told, I would never tell to anyone else, just keep to myself. So there's been some depth. Girl, I know I lack affection and expressing my feelings. It took me a minute to come and admit this, but I think I stopped right at the but. So he lacks affection, which is a love language. So I don't know what the score is right now. That's a love language. So if she's asking for him to show more affection, then that's the way that she prefers love. So that's a love language issue. That's not a trauma therapy issue. But then he says, and expressing my feelings. That is something that human beings need to be able to do, is express the range of emotions that they feel. Again, I hope that you're with me and you're in agreement with me when I say that we need to stop this narrative of men are not emotional or men, yes, the hell they are. But expressing his feelings in terms of the range of emotions that human beings can have, including sadness for men, especially we're talking about men right now, and including actually crying. That is a therapist issue. That is not a love language issue. Let's see what Lily says. Lily says he needs to get besides himself. I'm sorry, he needs to love himself first. Again, relationship for him. Jappa Black says they became girlfriend and boyfriend on this track because Music Soul Child other track, Half Crazy, is the response. The man is confused. And then Lily says this is written about the girl from 702. I don't know, Lily. Google it and see if he ever confirmed that. I don't know. Which one was he dating from 702? The one with the mushroom blonde, or the dark skin one? Or the other one with the long hair. I don't know none of those girls. But put in the comments, let us know if he's talking about one of the girls from 702. Okay, so lack of affection, love language issue, which I agree would be the responsibility of the girlfriend to teach. Expressing feelings appropriately as a grown-ass adult, that's a therapy issue. Go seek some. All right, let's keep going.
See, I'm really trying to change now. Wanna love you better, show me how. I'm trying desperately, baby, please work on me. Show me the way to surrender my heart. Girl, I'm so lost. Teach me how to love, how I can get my emotions involved. Teach me, show me how to love, show me the way to surrender my heart. Girl, I'm so lost. Teach me how to love, how I can get my emotions involved. Teach me.
Are you about to get into the bridge? So right before the bridge, he did say something. Excuse me. He did say something. That he's really trying to change now, that he wants to love her better and for her to show him how. Okay. I mean, he's trying to change. Again, I gave him credit where credit is due, that he's even aware that there's a problem. So that's important. But I hope that the way that she teaches him is to say, here are 10 therapists that are all in the region. They do sessions via Zoom. Here's your insurance card in case you didn't have it before. They all accept insurance, and then we can talk. And not trying to heal somebody. That's not your responsibility, and you don't have the skill set. You don't have the skill set, y'all. And even if you are a therapist or a counselor or whatever, you still don't have the skill set to work with your own people. That's why doctors aren't allowed to operate on their own loved ones. We don't have the skill set, even if you wanted to. Oh, thank you, Jabba Black. Bless you. Which one's the lead? Which one is the lead singer? Oh, that's the dark skinned one. Camila Williams. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah. All right. But we don't know if it was about her, Lily. Okay. All right. So, bridge time. Teach me
how to. Ain't nobody ever took the time to try to teach me what love was but you. And I ain't never trust no one enough to let him tell me what to do. Teach me how to really show it in. Show me how to really love you, baby. Teach me, please just show me. Cause I'm willing to let go of my fears, girl. I'm serious about all that I said. Girl, I wanna love you with all of my heart. Baby, show me where to start.
All right. So that's where I'm going to break this down, read you guys' comments, and end there because then there's another chorus. So with the bridge, ain't nobody ever took the time to try to teach me what love was but you. Again, I think I've driven the point home, y'all. She's a nice girl, I'm sure. She doesn't have the skill set. It's not her responsibility. I ain't never trust no one enough to let them tell me what to do. I don't know if that was a necessity for rhyming, but no one's telling you what to do. You asked her to teach you. She's trying to teach you. Like, you either accept it or you don't. I didn't really like that language. But again, it may be because he just needed those words in order to rhyme to make the song. Teach me how to really show it and show me how to really love you, baby. Okay, we get the point. Teach me, please just show me, because I'm willing. Got to give credit where credit is due. Because I'm willing to let go of my fears. Girl, I'm serious about all that I've said. Girl, I just want to love you with all of my heart. Show me where to start. Show him where to start, ladies. If you have an emotionally unavailable, because that's the terminology we use these days, Music Soul Child, who wrote this, I don't know, how many years ago? 15 years? If you have an emotionally unavailable man, or if you are dating someone who's emotionally unavailable, if that's a woman, whoever you're seeing, and they recognize that they have a problem, just like any other problem, that you are not suited to fix because you don't have the skill set, then I would advise you to help them find a professional who can. If my husband needs a haircut and he says, baby, I need a haircut, I am going to help him to book the appointment for a professional barber who went to school, who can give him the haircut that he needs. I am not going to say, hey, I have no training in this, and I really have no business cutting your hair because I'm too emotionally invested in the fact that you look good. I'm going to take some clippers out. I'm going to cut your hair because I do not have the skill set. If my husband said to me, Alison, you need to have your engine replaced, I say, yes, I agree. I not expect him to go to AutoZone and order an engine and replace it because that is not his skill set. So if you have someone that you are dating who has a problem and they recognize they have a problem, because we're not here trying to convince anybody of anything. you recognize there's something that's lacking and you don't have the skill set in order to correct it, then what I'm going to need you to do is to help that person find the professional who can. It is not your responsibility to heal people. Even though women especially are very loving and very nurturing, usually by nature, I would agree, not even just so socialized that way by nature, it is not your responsibility to raise anybody else's sons or daughters. That's not your job. Your job is to raise you and to raise your own children that you've either adopted or birthed. That is your job. It is your job as someone who loves someone else to help them find a professional that they need to help them with whatever problem they have. If they have heart problems, you help them find a cardiologist. Whatever problem they have, you find a professional who can assist. It is not your job to fix other human beings. You literally should not, because you literally do not have the skill set. Even if this video makes it to a therapist or makes it to a psychologist or a psychiatrist, you know it is not in your best interest or their best interest to treat your own people. So if you're not a therapist, you really should not be doing this. It is not your job. I'm going to go ahead and finish up with the comments. Tanya said, I know someone who will only date men who have been to therapy. Jeppa Black says, mental health in the Black community was not highlighted then as it is encouraged now. I agree with you for sure. And I appreciate the fact that there's been a push for mental health services in the Black community, especially for Black men. Again, supporting the man up theory. Tanya says this song came out in 2007. So I said 15 years, so 13, 14 years now. Jab says he's getting a haircut today. Yes, please. And I'm just playing. Adults are adults for a reason. And Tanya laughs at Jabba Black because he is my amazing husband who, I didn't say you need a haircut. I'm just saying, whatever anyone's needs are of someone that they love, they need to refer them to someone who can actually do it and not try to do it themselves, because that's not practical. Nonetheless, I love you all. Thank you for joining. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and share. And please check me out next week. I'm running out of songs, y'all. I'm going to be honest. I'm running out of songs. So please, please, please put in the comments or DM me on Instagram at Align with Alison or any other Facebook. I don't know what else is out there. Twitter, Clubhouse, TikTok, every other thing. I'm at Align with Alison, and send me some suggestions because I'm running out. I got like 3 left. And I really want to do this for a year. So that's 52 weeks. And I got like 10 down and 42 to go. So please, please, please share any suggestions that you have. I thought eventually I would have to go off from hip hop and R&B and maybe do some pop and stuff like that, and even maybe do things that are more modern, but my heart really is in hip hop and R&B. So I'd really like to stay there and exhaust every suggestion that's hip hop and R&B from the 90s and the 2000s. But I may have to get a little desperate. Nonetheless, thank you for joining me. It has been an amazing lunch break. I hope it's been the same for you and you've enjoyed interacting with me and all the amazing people in the live chat. And I will see you soon. Love you all. Adios, amigos.